Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast episode for Mellow Monday. What do you think about that? Kind of simple, but we're chilling. I feel mellow. You feel mellow, Doyle?
Mellowed out?
Yeah, but not like Carmelo, like Carmelo Anthony. Like just mellow, just chilling. Melatonin. Does melatonin put you to sleep, right? I just smoke weed. I don't know. Should I be saying that on the podcast? Yeah, we say it on the podcast. Do whatever we want on the podcast. We're back. It's Monday night again, bro. We're recording a little later than usual. That seems to be the new theme. And Doyle, you should be happy as fuck that you got your wish of all the years of doing the podcast. Now we record on your time. It's fucking nighttime. We do nighttime episodes. I do like the nighttime vibe, so I gave into that. But we came from a secret mission today. I hooked you up today, Doyle. You got to take photos. You got to touch the camera, and you took photos of beautiful women in nice dresses.
Model Monday?
Model Monday. You scumbag. Maybe I should let you contribute to the show a little more.
There is a Mellow Mushroom Winter Park restaurant.
Oh, it's right around here. The Mellow Mushroom. I'm going to have to check that out. What do they serve? Is it like vegan hipster menu, or they got some solid shit?
No, it's exactly what you just said.
Oh, it's vegan hipster. Motherfuckers.
They have like salads with pizza. That's not bad.
Pizza salad?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fun. I mean, they could have a magical mushroom. They could do like put shrooms in your food, but I think you can't do that.
Cloud9 wings?
Okay. They got wings, but are they vegan wings? What the hell would that be? Like a fake chicken? I don't know. We're derailing early today, I see. But no, Doyle, did you have a good day today? Did I hook you up?
Yeah, that was very nice.
That was like a third person, third hand hookup from the girlfriend. It was like an alley-oop. We put you in the position to win today, Doyle. You always want to touch the camera. You like beautiful women. We got you everything in. I mean, you should be more grateful is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to have to come out and say that because it sounds a little, but I mean, basically, you know what? It was a fun time. It was a good time. And you know what? You got some great shots. And you know what? I think we found a new revenue stream for you, Doyle.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take pictures for Raekwon.
Well, yeah, Tim, I'm going to be hanging out with the chef Raekwon here in like Thursday, five days from now. So we're ready to go. I talked to Raekwon. He gave me specific instructions on the smoking tip. I followed that. I'm prepared and we're ready. And it should be fun. Now, it's Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, and Jizza 3 Chambers Tour, Tampa. It's going to be fire. Road trip, bringing the girlfriend. I'm going to see what's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a good night. Maybe we hit the club. I don't know.
In Tampa?
Yeah, Ybor City, I believe. I got the hotel already. I'm ready to go. It's like, I'm trying to think. It's like a 2-hour drive, maybe. It's not that bad. But it is nice, yo. I was going to say, it's a nice Monday night out there. The weather, let's go right to the weather, Doyle. What do we got?
The weather's brisk.
It is brisk. It's really nice. What's the official weather report, though?
63 degrees. Real feel 61.
Okay.
Tonight, 56.
That's what I'm talking about. That's hoodie weather.
Ideal humidity.
What is ideal humidity? I know my humidor, what it's supposed to be at for my cigars, but in real world, like they have an ideal humidity? I didn't know that.
Oh, we live in a swamp.
We do, and it can be quite humid. So.
Dustin Dander low.
Okay. I still think Dustin Dander is a porn star's name. I'm going to stick with that. And I didn't separate initially when you started doing the weather. It was Dust and Dander. I thought it was Dustin Dander. I don't know. That would be my porn star name. But we're going to get to some topic suggestions. We can go over trinkets. Trinkets are a little scarce, a little sparse this week. The classic Funko-Land hat on Bones Malone's Hat of the Day, which is suggested by a viewer. We haven't followed through on Hat of the Day too often, but we did today. We came through with the employee hat, Funko-Land employee hat. Funko-Land, of course, being, I believe it was a Northeast-only store in Long Island. We had one. I think the greater New York area had them. I don't know 100% how far out they went, but Funko-Land was one of my favorite, video game stores growing up. Great memories. I'll always remember Funko-Land because I wanted a PlayStation 1, and I told my mother about the concept of I could trade in my old Sega Genesis. They'll take in your old consoles on trade in games and then give you credit towards the new system. Bro, we went in there. I had a stack of games, system, controllers, accessories. I remember they offered my mother $30. And this is, mid-90s. This woman went off in the store, bro. This woman, meaning my mother, God bless her soul, went ham, level 50, screaming at the guy, $30, da 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 da, just, going straight up Long Island on this dude. And you know what? I mean, I felt her, but I still needed that PlayStation. Now, I didn't get the PlayStation. I had to wait till I got it on Christmas that year. And so it was already out. I have a fuzzy memory about that, actually. Did I get PlayStation? I think I got PlayStation 1 the Christmas it came out. I'm almost positive it was released in the November area.
Yeah, I think it was released, I would say, like the beginning of December.
Yeah, maybe I came in earlier and I tried to get it before Christmas and I thought I would trade in my shit, get it earlier. But yeah, they've been, the old story from GameStop, you bring in 1 million games and they're like, we'll give you $5. It's kind of like, nah, man, Funkoland started that shit back in the day. But they had to make their money. I mean, it is what it is. So
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Okay, so damn,
1994.
They were smart about that. But you know what happened to me? I ended up not trading in my Sega, keeping it all, and then I got the PlayStation for Christmas anyway. So, young Mikey made out on that deal. And then I had that Genesis forever. But yeah, so anyway, Funkoland hat, we got the Panasonic Q just to get obscure and weird and have a Japanese console that is cosmetically, to me, one of the illest looking consoles ever. This thing is, dude, it's just a beautiful piece of hardware.
I brought you the box, though.
I know. I appreciate you brought the box, that you have had a random Panasonic Q box. It's beat to absolute shit. I'm happy to add it to this to make it more of a complete situation. You know what I need is the gray Panasonic Q controller. Those are going for quite a bit. Those are like $250. And these things are just not reliable pieces of hardware. They're just known to fail, but they light up. They got the LED blues in the front. It's a beautiful thing. Got the mirror finish, the chrome. For those that don't know, this came out in Japan when the GameCube was out. But if you notice, the disc tray on the front is the width of a regular CD, not the little baby GameCube discs. So this can accept DVDs and then GameCube discs in the middle. So, which was a really cool idea. And then this thing has Dolby Digital out, which was crazy for back then. So it's a really cool thing. It's just not a reliable piece of hardware. And then we could, Master Chief. Just show Master Chief some love. I don't think Xbox gets enough love here. And the Master Chief edition for Halo 2. Right? Yeah, it was Halo 2. And then this is the Halo 3 helmet, though. But I think the pair is nice. And I will say this. Forza Horizon 5, I believe, comes out on the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, for Xbox. And I'm honestly gonna get it for my One X. I don't have a Series X just yet, but I have the One X. And there's 2 games that I fuck with Xbox for.
Release it tomorrow.
Yeah. So tonight at midnight.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna digitally download that bitch. So, it's gonna be a big ass file though. I think you could pre-buy it and download it. That's what I should have done. But I think I have an issue with my Xbox username or some shit. I don't know. Because I use that thing, my One X I basically use for just watching Blu-rays on the little PlayStation TV over there. I don't even play games. But Halo, the new Halo, and the Forza Horizon 5, I'm super hype about. And I love that Horizon 5 is out. Dude, the gameplay, the graphics, the car selection, there's over 500 cars. You know me and my car games, I'm nuts. Now, usually I'm a Gran Turismo guy. I always say, Gran Turismo, more realistic, better overall driving experience because it's more of a simulator. But Horizon, with the customization, the car selection, it's just a little more arcade on the driving thing. But Horizon, you just float around the whole countryside and do whatever you want. It's fun. It's an addicting game, so I'm actually excited for that. I don't really get excited for new releases anymore as much. I'm excited for that.
What you can do with the cars is good, though.
It is cool. And you could really... But I'm also looking forward in the new Gran Turismo, they're actually talking about going pretty ham with the customization. Like, they know you always were able to throw some rims on it, maybe a paint job. But I think they'll get more into some body kits and spoilers and subtle other things you can do to kind of bring it closer to the Horizon customization game. So
With the new one, right?
Yeah, Gran Turismo 7, that doesn't come out for like 7 more months. But Horizon 5, though, I'm excited about it, I'll be honest. So anyway, a little Microsoft Xbox situation, a little love over here. Trinkets, a little light this week, but adequate. Okay, adequate. Doyle, before we get to topic suggestions, is there any wisdom I give you? And now every week now, I'm consistent. I give you a chance to impart your wisdom. You had some good experiences today. Maybe you gained some wisdom from that, and you'd like to project that into the universe. Go ahead, Doyle.
You gotta have fun in life.
Okay.
Which you never do.
Me, yeah. You basically label me as a curmudgeon. Are you familiar with that term? Like I'm a grumpy old man, and I just get off my lawn and I don't bah humbug everything, right? Like today, what were you telling me to do? We were talking about like traveling all over the place, go to Peru. I don't have my passport. My girlfriend is still upset about that. Well, she's been upset about that since the day I met her, because she travels. She's like a world traveler.
I was seeing in the news that the traveling has gone up. Like a lot of people are international traveling now.
Okay.
More than ever.
Really? Even with COVID and all that stuff?
Oh, since the COVID.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. So since then, this is the first spike that,
Yeah.
Okay. Because people are getting back out there. I know they have been, but I found out the loophole. The loophole is I believe I could just go on a cruise and I don't need a passport for a cruise, right? Yeah, you might have to
get tested like 3 times.
Well, I don't mind being tested. You know, like Joe Rogan says, my antibody game is strong. You can test me up. I'm good to go. But if I'm not mistaken, you don't need a passport because you're traveling in international waters, right? Isn't that a thing? Am I just making that up?
I think you're right.
No. I say that, Doyle, because you have the internet in the palm of your hands, and I'm hoping to give you a subtle hint to look it up while I'm speaking about it.
Yeah, but I got to go in the government and make a page.
You could just Google and just go, yo, do you need a passport to go on a cruise?
They want me to enter my social.
No. You're playing Pokemon Go. I see your dumb ass thumb going, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. What are you doing? Specifically explain what you're doing right now.
I'm battling Team Rocket.
Okay.
I gotta do it.
Okay.
All right, you want me to use my other phone?
Yeah, you have two. So you have the trap phone from Mexico. I've known you for 15 years. You've never had AT&T, T-Mobile. You've never had a phone service. I can only call you when you're connected to Wi-Fi. But then sometimes it works when it's not on Wi-Fi, which is really sketchy. Your phone is obviously a federal. Either you're a snitch. I don't know what that phone is. One of them is just Pokemon Go all the time. This one, I don't know.
You still need to show government ID and proof of citizenship.
What does that mean?
To get back to the U.S. after your trip, so you don't need a passport.
Yes, but what is proof of citizenship? How do there's
Your
an
social.
Oh, my social security card.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that. Yeah. All right. So look, here's the problem. You can only go a certain amount of places on cruises.
This is generally required to present a valid U.S. passport. So maybe some places you can, some places you can't.
Okay. Then we got to whittle it down. It looks like I'm going to the Bahamas or some shit. Just some normal shit.
So wait, how come you don't want to get your passport?
No. I don't mind getting my passport. The problem that I've read about the passport thing is it's a lengthy process and it takes 14 to 16 weeks. Like they want to make sure, like at this point, I'm going to be, hey, my birthday's coming up November 20th, motherfuckers. So hook your boy up with something. I just thought I'd throw that out to the universe. But they're going to say you're 37 years old and you've never had a fucking passport. Why all of a sudden do you need a passport and you want to get out of the country? Like they start asking questions. And I'm like, I just want to go on vacation. It's still like a 14-week process, right? So I keep, like everything else in my life, procrastinating it because I'm like, I don't have a goal in mind. So instead of here's the logical thing. Just take care of it. And in 14 weeks, then I could start planning a trip to go somewhere.
Yeah, but if you were a pedophile, you should be worried.
That came out of left field. I'm not a pedophile.
That's what I'm saying.
But what do you mean? Oh, you mean if I was doing something nefarious?
Yeah.
Then I could be like, oh, it's a little sketchy. I'm trying to get out of the country. I act nervous. Why do you have to go to level 50 extreme pedophile? Like what?
Well, people don't like pedophiles.
You are correct on that. Yeah.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
general,
so if you were a pedophile, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, you're right. Well, easy with the wording.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, for
easy.
real? We're
Well,
legit
just
now?
careful. No, I just want to go on vacation with the girlfriend, which is going to end up being a business trip for her, and I'm just going to be in a hotel somewhere in the middle of Rome, walking around drinking coffee. Or I But I do need to get my passport. So we're over that. I appreciate that. And that was all because you imparted your words of wisdom to just have fun in life. That was your word of wisdom for the day. And you want to tell the people.
That's it.
Okay. Let's get into topic suggestion. Put your fucking Pokemon Go down for 1 second. You'll catch a Bulbasaur later.
He's beating me though. All right, so what are we doing?
We're doing topics like we do every fucking podcast. Thank you.
All right, so this is Big Papa Dinans.
Okay.
Try out the VR racing simulator. Super immersive with the Valve Index.
No, I have. I mean, is it what? I mean, I'm assuming that person might be talking about PC. The only VR racing I've done is the Gran Turismo Sport PlayStation 4 Pro. We've done some sessions on that in the old setup. We haven't done any on the new setup, but you know, what about? Does it make you sick, Doyle? It fucks with my head. Like when you're driving in the simulator and your brain is like seeing what is supposed to be the sensation of speed, so that's fucking with you. And then when I go around turns and that shit, because you know your head is on that mask and it's free form, so when I turn and like the whole shit is like that, I got about a good 8 to 12 minutes in me before I'm like, I gotta get out. Like I feel nauseous, I feel weird. Never mind when you crash into walls and shit, it's like, because it's really tricking your brain into thinking that where you're at is reality. But my favorite thing to do in the VR racing games is get inside a dope ass car and just look around. You can get a full, in Gran Turismo Sport, you can turn it until the fucking camera goes off where it says you're out of range. You can almost do a full 360 in the car. As far as your neck can go back, and it's a fully detailed model of the interior. Bugatti, Benz, Ferrari, whatever. Pretty sick. As far as competitively racing, though, I couldn't do that. And that person's most likely talking about some kind of PC rig situation, which is dope. I haven't tried any like big boy VR on PC. Like having a PC with a 3090 graphics card and 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5. What DDR are we at? You don't know, though. You don't even know what DDR is.
What about Ace Combat VR? That was a good one.
That was a great game. Oh yeah, because we had the Hoda stick. That was a really, really, because you know what was dope about that? It really gave you the sensation that you're in the air. Because it was such a big scope, like you were looking out the cockpit and like the ocean. That was a really cool VR experience. I still didn't play the Iron Man one. You've seen that?
Oh yeah.
They have Iron Man for PS4 or whatever.
Oh, what about the Batman one?
That's a good one. But you know what's really good about the Batman one is that there's so many fun little quirks in the game that you could do. Like when you're in the Batcave and like you could just like take the batarangs and just go da 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 da. You actually see your hands are exact because you're using both of the move sticks as your hands. So you literally take the move stick, click in the button when you want to grab something off your belt, and it feels like you're taking it, and you can look down and look at it, and the detail is sick. And I remember going from my standard PS4 to my PS4 Pro, and there was a big difference in quality of gameplay and motion and just the graphics. The screen door look that people were talking about kind of faded away. It wasn't there.
I like the little cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to Rob?
Yeah. Your boy, what was it? Darkwing? What was his name? Fuck, why am I fucking it up? That he died.
Oh, Nightwing?
Nightwing. I'm Darkwing. Darkwing Duck. Nightwing. He's like, Nightwing. You know, and whatever he says something dramatic about him, and then you have to replay the crime scene and reverse it to find out. It was a cool game. It got a little bit. You know who beat it was my cousin. My cousin Johnny. Shout out to him. He sat in my house and he beat that. He went. See, some people could play VR for long periods. I just can't do it. That game's not as intense. So usually, remember at parties at the old house and that like check out the VR. There were two things that I always put people on. One of them was the Shark Attack, which was awesome. And the other one was Batman. And the reason for that is like it was slower moving. Like Batman isn't like crazy shit coming at you, and it's more of like you moving around and looking at stuff and that kind of thing. And the Shark Attack, you're just in a cage and you're able to look around, and then eventually a shark comes and da da.
Well, that was like aquarium shit.
It was cool though. It was like a little story. It was cool. But anyway, VR is cool. I haven't played the PC stuff. Next topic.
Is it?
Yeah. He was asking about racing games. I got off tangent like usual, but.
All right, so what we got here? We got the Wolf of Elm Street. Well,
Okay,
that's a
I like
boy.
that. I like Elm Street, and I consider myself to be half wolf. So,
Worst 3 films ever seen.
worst 3. Well, in recent memory, that Rambo movie, that last Rambo movie, was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
It's too violent.
It had the rape thing in there, and the child or the woman trafficking, and the story was just too extra. I didn't like it, so that's one off the bat. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some random 80s movie that I hate or something, but I actually love them, so. What's a really shitty movie? The Mario Brothers movie from the 90s that I saw in the movie theater?
We like that one.
Yeah, the Goombas creeped me out, though. They got the what do they had, like the trench coats and the little nugget heads? I didn't like them. They creeped me out. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a shitty. That was a shitty movie. So that's 2 technically.
Oh, what about the Leprechaun?
I love Leprechaun. I love Leprechaun. That was my nickname in like school when I was younger. I was Leprechaun because I'm Irish and fucking. That was my name, and I love those movies. And I remember renting Leprechaun 2. Was it Leprechaun 2 where he?
Yeah, but the critics don't like it, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think it was critically acclaimed. No, especially when it got to like Leprechaun in the Hood. Then it was like, all right, we're getting out of hand. But I remember in like Leprechaun 2, I think it was 2, there was a scene where Leprechaun made a dude, like he hypnotized him, and he made it seem like there was a woman with her titties out right in front of him, and the guy was like leaning into the titties, but it was a fan, and he cut his whole face up with a fan blade. And when I was like, I don't know, I was like 9 or 10 watching that, I was like, oh my God, titties. Oh my God, the guy's face is in pieces. So I got multiple stimuli there as a young child. That was good. It was obviously good for the progression of my brain and, me being brought up. So I appreciate watching those movies at an early age. Like last time I talked about Faces of Death. And they was all in the mix. Predator, Alien. Yeah.
Well, what about the new Predators? Oh, that right?
No, I thought actually, the one that was called Predators, like, plural, that was a good movie to me. I thought it was cool. Alien vs. Predator get a little sketchy to me. I recently said that I finally watched Prometheus and then thoroughly enjoyed it, which I know I'm 6 years later, whatever it is. But I love it. One movie that I watched the other night. Oh, you know what? Everyone's seen it, but the girlfriend put it on. Well, I was scrolling through and I actually picked it, and she loves it too. Last Action Hero with Schwarzenegger. What a great movie! It's just. And obviously, it's a lot of stereotypical bullshit. They're poking fun, but that's the point of the movie. But, man, what a great movie, bro. Jack Slater. That's his name, right? Jack Slater? I think that's his name. Which sounds like a, action movie guy. But as far as another shitty movie, like just really bad.
What about Godzilla?
Oh, the Matthew Broderick one? Is that correct? Yeah, the early 2000s with
Baby Godzilla?
Diddy and Jimmy Page on the soundtrack. Is that it? That's the one, right? Yeah, that was not good. That was a bad movie. That could be up there for sure. But I really like the King Kong vs. Godzilla, the newer one that just came out. Great movie. Thought that was a great movie. All right, so that's 3. New Rambo. What was the other one I said? That was shitty?
Leprechaun?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not agreeing. I like Leprechaun.
Nice Action Hero?
No, that's a good movie. I mentioned something else. But Leprechaun, I watched 1, 2, and I think the third one was the one in Vegas. That one was cool.
Like the new Halloween, I think, was garbage.
Oh, God, I hated that movie. Thank you. The new Halloween Kills, hated it. But I said this before. I've been out of Halloween since, 20 years. Since Busta Rhymes came. I'm all right, bro. We're done with Halloween. It's the same thing every time, and it's just not as good. The OG Halloweens 1 and 2, we can get to 3. I like them. They were great. I mean, of course, they're classics. I don't think many people are going to argue, especially the first one. But yeah. But now we're moving into holiday season, Doyle. I was at the mall today. I was having a nice lunch at the mall. And you know what? There's the real bougie mall over here, which I love. It's a really nice place. Yeah. Spent half my fucking life in it. But there's always this nice place that I go to lunch in, after a shop or whatever. And I noticed, man, they're going ham with the Christmas decorations. I mean, they got a 70-foot fucking tree when you walk in the foyer of that place. I mean, it's impressive, but bro, it's November, 7th, 8th, whatever it is. Like, it's not even Thanksgiving, and we're already going ham on Halloween. I'm not saying there should be turkeys and shit there, but what are we doing? Am I crazy or is it too early for Christmas?
No, this is about the time. I've seen some Christmas trees go up already.
Yeah, I know some people that right after Halloween, as soon as November hits, it's like, no, it's Christmas time. I'm like, all right. I mean, it's not going to bother me, super bad. But they're going hard. But at the mall, I kind of understand it more. It's subliminal advertising. Like, it's shopping time, motherfuckers. Start buying gifts for people. I kind of get it. But yeah, I just noticed that today. I was like, it's a little early for fucking full on Christmas.
You don't like it?
Like Neiman Marcus is like a winter wonderland. It's beautiful, but it's like, bro, it's early November. My birthday's November 20th. Around November 20th, sliding into home plate into Thanksgiving, we can start going Christmas. Not right now. It's a little early. But, who am I?
What do you want them to do then?
I want them to wait a little bit. Bill, but I get it. I get it from a business point of view. I do understand. So, all right, next topic. What do we got?
All right, so what do we got here? We're beginning a raid.
The fucking Pokemon Go. I apologize, people. There's nothing I can do.
All right, so we got your boy PVC Tacos.
Okay.
How would you rate list NES to GameCube? Like SNES, NES, 64, then GameCube as an example.
Okay, I got you. You're
So
still a little
you rate
sketchy on how
Nintendo's.
you read it to me. I still don't understand it. I just don't like the term SNES. We have established the SNES.
SNES and NES.
No NES. SNES, I don't like it. Super Nintendo. So was he asking me to rank them?
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem.
He
Like,
forgot the Switch though.
no, he didn't forget the Switch. He knows the Switch is basura.
He
Okay.
said that as an example though.
Okay. But a lot of times, like NES to me would be the best of all of them but I grew up on NES. I'm blinded by nostalgia. How great is really the NES library overall? What's there roughly? 550 games on the NES-ish? There's some real shitty games on the NES, and it's not just because it's that many years later in 8-bit. Back then, there was like, what the fuck is this, And that's because there were some great games on NES. Super Mario 3, for example. Widely regarded as just an incredible game because it was loved by everybody, but it was a well-done, well-made game. And then you got your boy, what do you got? Color a Dinosaur? Shit like that. Such obscure, kind of random, like, what the fuck are these games? They're like,
What was it, Baby Donkey Kong Math?
oh, yeah.
That's a
Donkey
good one.
Kong Junior Math. Yeah. I sold that one, actually. You know what? And we could let the people know while we're talking. I want to answer Homeboy's question there.
Okay.
I would say for me, it would go NES, SNES, and then GameCube. I've started to respect the GameCube. When it first came out, I thought it was a little kid system. I was always like OG Xbox and my PS2. But as years progressed and I started really collecting for it, there was a lot of great titles on the GameCube. Obviously, now we know that. But, it wasn't a system that I actually had in the time when it was new. I had an SNES, which is a system with a great library. I would actually say the SNES has a better library than NES. Just for me, as far as my personal list, how important NES was to me. I mean, it's everything for gaming. That was my introduction into gaming.
What about Game Boy though?
Of course, yeah, but that's a handheld, right? So he's talking more about just regular, consoles. But Game Boy's incredible. OG Game Boy, it was a really well done system as well. And then they progressed nicely with the color, and then all the way up to the new shit. I don't really fuck with the new shit though. You know that. And you did end up. Remember, you ended up giving me. Remember that fucking time where I begged you to, because you were waiting online at Target at 4 a.m. for the Majora's Mask 3DS, and you didn't want to sell it to me for retail. You tried to make money on me, and then you said, "Well, then I'm not even going to sell it to you. I'll sell it to somebody else." You were a scumbag. You see that? You changed a little.
Yeah, but I
Now-
still sold it to you. And then you sold it.
I did sell. But you know what? You know what the problem? Well, I didn't make any money on it. I realized, man, I don't like it. I didn't like the interface. I didn't like the way it. I just didn't like it. Now the system itself, cosmetically, was cool. The Majora's Mask one, it was gold and it had the mask. It was beautiful. I bet how much is that going for now? Is that worth any money?
Yeah, it's going for like $300-$400.
Wow. Okay. I know 3DSs can get
I
chunky.
still have it though.
You got yours?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, but you're really into that. You're a Nintendo guy and you're a handheld guy.
Yeah.
So for sure.
But you didn't like it?
That wasn't my thing. I was excited like there was a Metal Gear Solid game, the 3DS, and then I'm like, what? This is garbage. Oh, there's a Batman like Arkham game. Garbage.
But did you sell the SP?
No, I still have. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes. So, well, let's get into it a little bit here because there's been some monumental movement here. As of recent, I have decided to let go of quite a few things out of the collection. I'm being honest with myself every day. I've lived in this place now for 7 months, and I've gotten next to nothing done on the gaming tip as far as the setup. I mean, I've done some cool stuff, but nothing like what it used to be. And if I'm being 1,000% honest, I feel like I've conquered this hobby and I've been involved in it for so long that I don't feel like I have anything left to give for it. Like, I still go hunting for games and obscure stuff, but man, I basically have what I set out to get. There's no grails I'm looking for. Oh my God. I have it and I've had it for years. It's not even like, oh, I just got XYZ. Like, dude, I've had this shit that I've wanted for so long. And that's really because out of, I guess, passion and luck, I've either kept so much stuff from my childhood, or when things were garbage and people were throwing away older systems, when an older system was out and a new one came out, the old ones were looked at as straight garbage. Like, people used to give it away or throw it away, or it was just, it's a bullshit old piece of consumer electronic, where I coveted that shit and I hoarded a lot of it. And do you remember how crazy I used to be about cleaning systems? And if there was a mark on a label, I would try to get, I mean, I was so intricate and I'm not saying I lost it. I guess I am saying I lost it a little bit for that, but it's certainly not at the level it used to be. I mean, that's for sure. And then, as life progresses and you get into new endeavors and business and things you want to do, priorities change. I got to be honest, for me to just hoard this stuff in a closet and it doesn't do anything, I don't even display it like I should. It's like, all right, so I put a call out to a couple of my collector buddies, and I turned my place in the last week here into like a boutique. I've been telling motherfuckers, I've been hitting certain motherfuckers up online. They thought I was playing. And now that they know I'm serious and now people are calling me for certain things, I'm like, yo, those things are gone. They're gone and sold. And I had two gentlemen yesterday who came, and they own stores and they were really reasonable with me on pricing. And we worked out a deal on a pretty major, for 300 to 400 games at once I sold yesterday. And I'm happy with it. I don't have a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach. And I sold some big boy shit. It's not like I don't have much filler in my collection. There's not I would say comfortably 85 to 90% of my collection would be desirable things. I don't have 83 copies of Madden 96. You know what I mean? Like, I've curated a pretty dope thing. And you know what? I'm glad that, forever online or through my own photos and videos, like, it's documented, all the cool shit that I've had, and, the way the game room used to look. Like, I got all those videos, and it's dope to have that shit. But it's time. It's time for me to let some of this go, and I feel good about it. Like, I woke up this morning and I'm like, I feel good. Like, I was scared that I would wake up and go, what the fuck did I do? Or wake up in the middle of the night like, yo, did I just let go of XYZ? I'm good, man. And you know what? I got a text from one of those dudes today, thanking me because I gave them first dibs. They got first dibs on my shit. Like, they came to my place. This isn't what the leftovers are. They got the first pick of top-notch shit at reasonable prices.
What about me? I wanted to buy Primal Rage.
I still got Primal Rage.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have it.
Oh, they didn't even want it?
No. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That shows how much shit I truly have. I let go of some shit, and dude, we were in the game room, which is a fucking mess now. There's things everywhere. There's still so many gems in there, man. So many gems. And I'll be honest, from a business perspective or an investment perspective, I've done some math, bro. There's comfortably I know it sounds crazy, but there's comfortably almost a 300% return that I'm getting on what I roughly think I've invested into that. And already what I've gotten out of it I'm way above it, and I'm not even 20% into what I get, have left. I have a lot left. So I'm not looking to complete fire sale everything. It's just that I can't look at things stacked up, and when's the last time I turned on my Sega Saturn? For real. The answer is I haven't. That's the answer. When's the last time I played like a random PS2 game? And I'm the guy that used to scream from the mountaintop. The thing with me is I'm a player collector. I've never been the guy that just hoards games, put them on shelves. Look at me, I'm so cool. I have rare and expensive shit. I was taking games that people were like, I mean, we opened up sealed games, bro. I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to play the game, you know? So the fact that I haven't really, because my whole life changed. Bro, since I moved here, everything is different. Everything is different. My daily routine, I don't even watch TV anymore, man. Like, I barely watch fucking movies, and I only do that because with the girlfriend, and like, my PS5 is a fucking paperweight. I sit over there and I just put Gran Turismo 4, NBA, 2K22 on. I don't game as much as I used to, and I'm definitely not out the gaming game. But as far as my vintage shit, it's time. It's time. And, for the most part, I guess I could put some stuff up. A lot of people, I don't know if I gave the hint or maybe I did on the podcast before, because I've had a lot of people hitting me up lately. And really what I'm doing here is people that are in this area locally, I'm setting up by appointment. I've already had some appointments, and I'll continue to make those appointments. But once I feel like, and it's only been a week and I've already had so much movement, but once I feel like I've exhausted that, then I'll start to go to Instagram story and, put stuff up for sale that way. So anyway, it was a little bit of a rant, but, I'm trying to not say that I'm getting out of collecting, but it sounds like I am. But I'll never stop searching for shit. Like, I'm always going to go to thrift stores. I'm always going to keep my ears open for phone calls from random people that know I'm the game guy. Like, it's happened a million times, and it will continue to happen. So I still want to open my store. See, a lot of this stuff I was going to use for the inventory for the store, but I see how quickly I can actually liquidate it, and it's like,
Without a store.
But that goes because I've networked through years and years with people. They know me, I know them. And that, to me, was one of my, what I believe to be, would be, if I were to go into full-time business of this, a saving grace, because I know the clientele already. I'm not seeking out those people. Like, those people know me, and I could easily communicate what I have. But it's always my dream to have that vintage, physical retail store. And I still think I'm going to make that happen. It's just that I'm going to have to build up the inventory again, which, fuck it. It's a challenge and it's something to do. I'm down.
Yeah, but the collection was like, half of it was in the catacombs closet.
It was. And I'm ashamed about that. That's not my steez, bro. I've never been that guy. I've always prided myself on using the shit, on at least displaying it being functional. That other game room I had, bro, we had 40 systems hooked up in that bitch, and they were all functional, touch of a button, ready to go, on different AV switches, and it was real. Now it's in totes and boxes, and it just doesn't look right. I still have a dope room in there that I can make out. It's not like I'm getting rid of all the figures and my NECA things and all that shit and my lighting, and I'm not going to do that. It's just that I don't need to have 4,200 video games or whatever it is. Like, enough is enough. So, yeah. Anyway, next topic. What do we got?
We still got more shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this was, he wants to talk about, let's see, who was it? Bully Mori.
Okay.
Or Balmori 78. And you heard about this, the Asteroid World deaths.
Yeah, so Travis Scott. You know what? Full disclosure, I've been very critical of Travis Scott over the years. Because when I think Travis Scott, I think hype beast. I think the people that surround that culture. And I don't like the hype beast culture, meaning I don't mind that things are popular. I just don't like when people like things because they're popular, not because they like them. And that's where my disdain for the hype beast culture came from. And, I've been critical. I only say that to say I've come around on Travis Scott a little bit. He's not my favorite artist, but there's a few tracks of his that are kind of dope, just on the music side of things. The Nike collaborations, my criticisms have always been, is his shoes popular because his design work is coming from a genius part of his brain and he makes these amazing shoes? Or does Nike look at him as a cash cow, somebody who's really popular, somebody else is... I just envision him sitting in a Nike office somewhere, just like picking out colors and be like, yeah. It's like a lot of people can design a dope shoe like that too. Like you have all the resources in the world. And like, so like the hype that certain things get, I was like, whatever. So anyway, I've come around a little bit with the dude. I don't hate the dude. I'm just saying that. But what happened with his festival, it's Astro World, right? They do it in Houston. I don't know if it's Astro World. I know it's one of his albums, and I thought that's what the name of the festival is. 8 people died, if I'm not mistaken. There was a stampede. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I guess Drake made an appearance, and people were going ham. And then they crowded
But
up
I've
to the
heard
front.
weird things, like there was people stabbing people, infecting people. I don't know.
That was another thing, yeah.
It was like a gun. There was no gunshot, so it wasn't like a gun thing. And I guess people just, you know what it is if you're in a crowd like that and somebody starts running, motherfuckers, like human reaction, human nature is like everyone's going to clear out. Like if
a
it's,
frenzy, right?
Yeah, if there's enough people and then all of a sudden that snowballs and it's dangerous, bro. You know? People running 100 miles an hour, running over people, and obviously you get trampled. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. So I know he came out and made a statement about it or whatever, but...
Well, he's getting sued.
Oh, well, I would assume so. I mean, him and his company and his wife and all that, they got a lot of money. So, you know, they're going to pay out those families, and rightfully so, but it doesn't... What does that matter? They're going to get a few $1 million and their loved ones are dead.
It's not really his fault, although people told him to stop, and he didn't stop.
Stop what? The
The
music?
concert, yeah. I mean, the ambulances were coming and people were still dancing.
Yeah, but there's so... I bet you it was such a chaotic situation. How does anyone know? So what you're saying is Travis Scott knew people were dying and getting trampled, and he was like, fuck that, let's turn up and get lit. All that, you know, whatever the kids say. I don't really think that that's the case. I don't think he's like an evil human being and he wanted to murder people, but... You know, he's got to be the fall guy for it. He's the face of it, and, you know... I'm sure he's getting strong counsel from his lawyers. So,
Yeah, but what about mosh pits back in the day?
dude,
We
mosh
were in a
pits
few
got
of them.
crazy. You know, my brother once snooked me. My older brother, he once took me to a Guar concert when I was younger. He lied to my parents and said we were going to the city and we were going. I forget what, but I saw this Guar, this crazy band, just motherfuckers on stage feeding people into like machines and blood but the mosh pits, bro, people were just getting fucking elbowed and but mosh pits are voluntary and there's rules. There's a strict code of conduct within the mosh pit, bro. You know, I don't know. I would never get in a mosh pit. I've seen mosh pits up close. Sketchy. You know who's a mosher is our skinny ass friend Duncan. You know Baby Duncan. Baby Duncan likes to go to fucking... Dude, Duncan is 5'9" and as thin as a rail, but Duncan gets in the mosh pits and goes ham. Starts throwing bows. I respect that. But yeah, you ain't gonna catch me in the mosh, bro.
So how come that's allowed?
What, mosh pits? It's just it's like a grandfathered in thing. It's like a thing everyone does. Well, not everyone, but hardcore rock and... Not rock, but hardcore. That's what moshing is about. It's releasing the energy, man. Feeling the music, releasing the energy. And if someone has to get their fucking jaw broken, bro. See, I got a little mosh in me, but I don't feel like, at this stage of my life, I can't do it. I just heard your phone vibrate. Is that a fucking message from Pokemon Go?
Pikachu just came up. We got a Pokemon card, right?
You know what? We'll do that right now.
Yeah,
While I'm speaking about Pokemon, we're going to do another pack. So this
it's a
is...
shiny Pikachu. Yeah.
What does that mean?
We got it.
You got a shiny...
Shiny Pikachu and Pokemon
Fuck
Go.
you and shiny
This
Pikachu.
might be shiny luck here.
Let's go through this bullshit. Now, what am I doing here?
All
We
right.
just opened this. Explain what it is again. This
Why
is
you gotta
the
catch a shiny
25th
Oh,
anniversary.
yeah, 25th anniversary. Pokemon.
Okay, this is
Celebrations.
the bullshit card, right? So what do I got to do? I don't know what any of these cards are. I just shuffled them, and I'm gonna turn them around. We'll do this
See what we
one
got.
first, like this. This is the bullshit
All
one.
right, there we go.
So this is bullshit.
All right, give 'em the code
What's
card.
this?
Is that crumbs? All right, we got it.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, all right, we're
Okay.
good. Professor Research.
All right, fuck you. And what's the last one?
Yeah, Xerneas.
Yeah. Once again, kids, it's a gambling ring. Don't buy these cards. Don't be a scumbag. Don't overpay. You're going to go broke. You're going to lose your livelihood. Your family is going to go starving. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the Pokemon Pack of the Week presented by Doyle. This is out of your 25th anniversary box set there. We still have another like 6 or 7 packs in there,
Yeah,
right?
we can open them.
Yeah,
You want me
okay.
to get them?
Not today. We do one a show. I know we missed the last show and possibly the one before, but we do want a show. That's enough Pokemon excitement. Did you catch your Pikachu?
Yeah, shiny Pikachu. Should I show it on the camera?
Don't touch the camera. Don't show the camera. You're lucky I'm even allowing such fuckery. Just give me...
You told... No, well, before we go to the next topic, you told me that Travis Scott got out of Fortnite, right?
I don't know if that was true. I saw
Yeah,
that on
pretty
Instagram. They removed... So he was a character or a skin. I don't even know how that works. So he was a character and they removed him because of this? Like,
Yeah,
but that's a little extra, man. I don't know. Is that much controversy? Like, it's his fault like that?
I guess he should have stopped it.
Can't Stop the Rain. Great song, Shaquille O'Neal. You can't stop the rain when it starts to fall. Everyone look that up. Can't Stop the Rain by Shaquille O'Neal. There's a remix with Biggie, but I don't think it's the same beat. Oh, yeah, what was the line I used to play on? I have that vinyl record. We have to dig that vinyl record out. First of all, it's clear orange. Second of all, it's made in 1996 by Shaquille O'Neal. And what was the line that I always used to play? Remember I used to play him rapping, and then when he said that line, I would slow it down? Oh, I know what it is. Go on, if you will. Oh, they call you Big Willie? Will they call... No, what was it? Damn it. Go on, if you will. Oh, they call you Big Willie? Will they call me Big Billy? Because I carry big bills. Yeah. I don't know why I was impressed by that line, but I liked it. And I would always change the pitch. I would chop and screw it just for that line. Because that's how I DJ, bro. That's me on the tables. You know what? Speaking of the tables, and by that I mean turntables, shout out to one of my favorite DJs ever, DJ Rectangle, who I've been corresponding with on Instagram. I didn't even know he follows me. Come to find out, this dude has the illest gaming collection. When he was showing me some pictures today, bro, dude, he has a room, 2 rooms full of just stacks of games and obscure, crazy shit. And, DJ Rectangle is one of the reasons I got into fucking cutting records in the first place, man. And it's really cool to just chop it up with him. Actually, I should invite him on the podcast. I would love to have him in Orlando, but maybe we could do a phone interview. I would love to talk to him. And now I know that he collects like that. Shit, man, we could have an ill conversation, which we're looking to do. We're looking to definitely get some new interviews going on the show. So if you guys have suggestions of people you'd like to see us interview, let me know. And it doesn't have to be the most famous people in the world, and I'm going to go after them. I just want interesting people. That's all we need. Anyway, next topic.
All right, so you probably seen this one. This is JB Dougie.
Okay, your favorite?
Kanye versus Soulja Boy.
I'm going to say this about that. That Kanye West interview on Drink Champs, phenomenal. And apparently, as of today, they are announcers of part 2. I enjoyed Kanye saying that he made a group chat or a group text with Drake, Travis Scott, Kim, his wife, and Jay-Z. And he said, he texts them, I'm worth more than all of y'all combined. You got to respect that. You got Doyle. Dude, he's worth $9 billion. Did you even know Kanye West is worth that much? He went from owing $50 million, being in debt, to being $9 billion. I'm impressed.
Should I take out a loan then?
With Kanye?
No, do the Kanye 50,000 negative.
No, 50 million negative. You want to go 50 mil negative and see what happens? You want to crawl out of that hole?
Well, you said 50,000.
No. 50 million he was in debt. Yeah. But anyway, that's such a stupid small thing to bring up of that interview. Kanye West in this particular setting was a lot more coherent and made a lot more sense. And because I'm a huge Kanye West fan, I actually think that we think similar. And I agree with a lot of his views on certain things, even though people think he's scatterbrained and kind of insane in a certain way that he does things. But I kind of get him, or at least I feel like I do. And, that Joe Rogan interview that he did really wasn't showing him in his best light. Now, I don't know if he was on medication, off medication, whatever it was. Him sitting down with Noriega on Drink Champs, getting a little loose. He smoked a little kush. He didn't really look like he's a smoker too much. He didn't really inhale his shit. It's kind of, But no, the interview was really dope. And it was almost 3 hours. I watched 85% of it so far. and I fuck with it. It's awesome, and I enjoy hearing him tell stories and his point of view on things, and even with Kim, like he was talking about Kim, and like he was like, that's still my wife. I didn't sign no papers. In the news with the divorce, he's like, I didn't sign. That's my wife, and I like that he takes it seriously. I like that he's trying to be seemingly a better person, and he's trying to change the world for real. And he sounds like he has like real ideas, like he's starting schools and farms, and he's doing things like not just I got $9 billion, let me fly in a private jet and rock fucking $2 million jewelry, and not it's to be commended, because you could fall into that lifestyle too, and he's definitely in the epicenter of that lifestyle, but he seems to be trying to do some extra shit, and he's Kanye on top of it, so he's musically talented and he's kind of fly with his style and shit. And the thing I respect about Kanye is he's not afraid to tell you, yo, I'm the shit and this is why. And I have the receipts to back it up. Like, culture has changed because of me. Culture surrounds itself, by what he does, and it's true. Sometimes we just don't like to hear people in that position actually say those things. We want them to be more humble, soft-spoken, not say, yo, I'm the fucking man.
Bill Gates?
A lot of people say they're the man in certain industries or certain lights, and they're really not. So it doesn't matter. But when you really are the man and you're saying you're the man, then we don't like it. Sort of why you don't like Floyd Mayweather. It's true though, because he is who he is as far as in boxing, and his record says what it says, and then he reminds you and lets you know, and then he throws the money shit on top of it.
He's never had good fights though.
Right. Well, that's
Like,
your brain.
Canelo now. He should be fighting Canelo now.
Okay.
Than before, when he was a baby kid.
Okay. Well,
He's not doing it.
If Floyd Mayweather was Canelo's age, which is what, 28 to 30? I don't know. Canelo's probably in that range. I'm still going Floyd Mayweather. But guess what? It can't happen, so it's a stupid argument, and who cares? That's like saying LeBron versus Jordan in their prime, man. I know. Well, since it can't happen, who cares? So, yeah. Ali versus Tyson in their prime, it's like... But anyway, yeah. So the Kanye interview, you brought something up about Kanye, and I wanted to mention that Drink Champs interview, yo, and Noriega's doing numbers on that shit. That shit's at like 6-7 million views in a couple days already. Well, when you have Kanye West on your show, it's gonna help. You get a little boost. Like your boy Chris D'Elia was saying, after he did the Fight Companion, when he does with Brennan Schaub and Callen. He did a funny ass video. He's wearing like a cowboy hat. He's like, you see, those algorithms got a little bit of a boost. He's like, I changed the algorithm. He's funny as hell. They tried to cancel Chris D'Elia because he was fucking mad bitches. That was the best thing ever. He didn't rape anybody. He didn't do anything crazy. He was just like, oh no, every show he went to, like 50 women DM'd him and then he fucked most of them. That was the story. It's like, wait, what? But what's wrong with that? It's not like he's not forcing women. Like, dude, he's a comedian. He's rich.
Well,
he's a decent looking dude. Bitches like him. What's wrong with that?
He can't be a Bill Cosby.
Well, yeah, but he's not. See, that's the thing. He's not drugging the women. The women want his dick. Leave him alone. What's the problem? I don't understand what the problem with that is. He literally got canceled because he fucked too many girls.
Remember what your boy Donnie Brasco says? Al Pacino.
What did he say?
All you need is one broad.
Well, I agree. Hey, listen, I'm a one woman man. Okay, myself, I don't partake in such fuckery. I'm deeply in love here. I want to separate myself from what I just said about fucking mad bitches. Yeah, I am like Lefty.
So he's got to take Lefty's advice.
But he's not married. It's not like Chris D'Elia had like a wife and kid. Well, I think he has a kid. If I'm not mistaken, he has a kid, and I take back at least half of what I just said, if that's true. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm once again off the rails here.
Well,
okay.
JB Dougie wants to talk about Soulja Boy though.
Yeah, but that's because Kanye. Because
what's that?
Because Kanye had Soulja Boy on a song on Donda, which is his latest album. But he said to him,
snuffed him, right?
Well, he said, Noriega said, so what's up with the verse Soulja Boy on Donda? And Kanye's like, did you hear his verse? And I think Noriega said no, like it's not on. Like he's like, well, because it was garbage, that kind of thing. And then Soulja Boy. But then but here's the problem.
Soulja Boy went ham though.
But here's the problem. He also said how important Soulja Boy has been to music. I don't, necessarily agree
You
1,000.
still got pissed though.
I know, yeah. But Soldier Boy, listen, the reason I fuck with Soldier Boy is because he's entertaining as fuck with his rants and his crazy shit. It all started when he started telling those stories about shooting people. That was my favorite shit. Jumping out with the parachute and the guns and whatever he said. Yeah.
We should make a movie of that.
Yeah, that was a great. But anyway, Kanye said some good things about him. But yeah, I mean, if his verse was trash and he left him off the album, that's what it is. As much as I love Kanye, right? I don't. He's talking about the Donda album like it's late registration or something, man. I mean, like it wasn't. I tried to get into that album and I there's a couple of dope tracks and some melodies and some shit that's cool, but most of it's kind of just too much for me. It's too abstract and too not cohesive. Like Kanye West has the ability to make some of the dopest instrumentals you ever heard. It's like, just stick to that and rap some bars. I like Kanye's bars at times could be. I always like when he said, I used to pull up in a CLK and now I pull up, they're like, damn, a CLK? Yeah, well, because you don't know a Mercedes. A CLK, lesser model. The CL is the big boy shit. They don't even make CLs anymore. But you get it? Used to pull up in a CLK. Now we'll pull up. They're like, damn, a CLK? It's like Jay-Z. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. It's like the wordplay like that.
Well, I heard Devil in a New Dress. That's good, That was old school Kanye.
Oh, yeah. Like
after graduation, he came out
Dark
with,
Twisted Fantasy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. But you know what? Late registration, graduation, like that's Kanye West to me. You know what I mean? College dropout, but then late registration really for me is like the peak Kanye. So anyway, yeah, I fuck with that. What do we got? More topics?
All right, so we got.
If you weren't playing Pokemon Go, you could bring up the goddamn topics quicker.
Funtime Wallace.
But that's his name?
Yeah.
Okay. What does he have to say?
What's a big boy vintage shirt grail?
Eon Flux, probably. Eon Flux, and what was the other one? I want the one from Kids, the Kids promotional shirt from the movie Kids. What's another one that I want? Fear and Loathing, the one that's like the full print art from them in the car, from Gonzo's artwork. Give me those fucking golf shoes.
That's a good one. The Backcountry, right?
The Backcountry one, yes. Natural Born Killer shirt would be dope. Some of those, I do like, I know you like them too, those late 80s, early 90s, all over print Predator and Alien shirts. Those crazy ones, those ones are fucking crazy. And then, of course, Carnage.
You didn't have the Broken Arrow shirt?
Oh, dude. I missed out on eBay on a vintage promo Broken Arrow shirt for it was like $30, bro. I fucked up bad. I've been telling my girlfriend since I met her, she never saw Broken Arrow. It's one of my favorite like guilty pleasure movies because I understand it's not a critically acclaimed film, but bro.
That chick, right? Was it? Turn around.
Yeah, that girl is one of the worst actresses ever.
What about Residual Boulders?
She was kind of fine, though.
Which one was worse? The Tremors?
Tremors chick. Right there on those Residual Boulders. Yeah, she was a really bad actress,
Which one versus her?
They should do a movie together. They should do, if the girl from Broken Arrow and the girl from Tremors did a movie together, it would be incredible. But Kevin Bacon in Tremors was just phenomenal.
Both the movies were good.
John Travolta is in Broken Arrow along with Christian Slater. That's his name. Right? Yeah, Christian Slater. Yeah. But that's a good movie. I thought Broken Arrow was a great movie. And your boy Howie Long's in it. And then there's some great Hummers. I love H1 Hummers are in there, which are one of my favorite vehicles of all time. And then it has the B-2 bombers in it. It has to deal with nuclear weapons and mastermind bad guys. And, it's just great. I just love it. It's just a great movie. So yeah.
What is it? Hale's lost?
Yeah. I'm punching out. Hale's lost it. Sometimes I look at those those plots in movies and I'm like, could that really happen? I'm like, so they're flying a B-2 bomber over the desert at night doing secret missions, trying to see if they're low enough where radar can't pick it, because that's the point of a B-2 bomber, is that they're like, you can't see it on radar. But so they do these live exercises where they're actually carrying the nuclear warheads in the thing, and then they do this test where they go black to see if the radar could pick him up. And then in that time, John Travolta takes over the plane and changes course to steal the nuclear weapons. And he lets them go out of the plane so that his goons can pick up the nukes, and then they have them hostage, and then they call the government, yo, give us 20 bill or we're blowing up the fucking left side of the country. And then Christian Slater is like the good guy. It's like, no, man, you know, you're trying to do the right thing. And then the movie goes. I'm like, could that really happen? Like, you know what movie really fucks with me like that is, you ever heard of the Bill Murray movie Quick Change from the 80s? Dude, check this out. Great movie. If anyone wants to see a really good movie and I'm about to ruin it for you, who cares? Quick Change. Actually, I'm not going to ruin it for you because you could still watch it. But I always thought this was possible. So they go into a bank, right? And they go to rob a bank and they're all dressed like clowns. Like full on dressed as clowns. Like the full paint, everything, balloons, the whole shit. They rob a bank dressed like that. And then they do all the hostages. And they put them in the vault and all this shit. And then when the cops are outside and like trying to negotiate, they tell the cops, I want a monster truck filled with yogurt and a model. Like they do the craziest, most obscure shit to make the cops take a long time to like have to bring this shit as a ransom. Bill Murray and I think it's the chick from Beetlejuice. They get out of the clown costume and Bill Murray just walks out like he's a fucking hostage. And I always thought, I'm like, yo, what if you robbed a bank like that, dressed up as something, and then you just walk, and then you leave everyone in the fucking vault and you lock it. They taped all the money to themselves, and then they walk out of the bank as like a hostage, like don't shoot, and then like I'm good, I don't need any medical attention. And then they go home. Now, granted, I know police would talk to you. It wouldn't be that easy, but they strapped like $1 million to themselves. And the point of the movie is they actually get out, and then they're trying to get to the airport, and then crazy shit ensues, and there's problems and all this other stuff, and that's when the movie picks up. But dude, does that not sound like a solid plan?
Was that one of the worst films ever? And that we're going back to that topic?
Quick Change? Yeah. Quick Change is not one of the worst films ever.
Well, I lost money.
Hold on. Do you hear music?
I'm going to open up the window.
How loud could that be? These are soundproof panes of glass.
Who is that, Tony Braxton?
It sounds like Tony Braxton. Some kind of R&B.
Oh, Mary J. Blige.
I don't know if anyone can hear that, though, so maybe it just looks like we're grooving to nothing.
Well,
so.
Quick Change budgeted for $17 million, box office $15.3 million.
Listen, I'm not going by... And what year was that, 1988?
Let me see. 1990.
Okay, great year.
Bill Murray, Gina Davis.
Randy Quaid. Dude, that movie is great. That movie, what does that get on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes? Does it get a good score? They're bumpers. I mean, I respect it, but it's got to be loud as shit, bro, for us to hear that in here. I respect it. Anyway, what did they score it high on
Rotten Tomatoes?
Not that I really trust it.
83%? That's not bad. It's a hit or a miss. 56%, 6.8.
Bugging. Quick Change is fire. Fuck everybody.
Bill Murray's all right.
Yeah, shit is alright. You know what I'm saying? Shit is alright. Where we at, Doyle? Are we in the Matrix again? How long has the show been going? You know, I get that feeling. When I get that little tick in my brain, like we've been going for a minute. Why don't you hit me with another topic and maybe we'll get out of here. I'll see how I feel.
All right, a couple more topics. That's it?
Yeah. What we got?
All right, so we got Fox Radis.
Okay.
When did your love of 90s hip-hop and culture begin?
Well, when I was a kid, my first album I ever bought was The Chronic by Dr. Dre in 1992. And, which you would think, since I'm such an East Coast guy, that it would be some fucking, Eric B. and Rakim or something. But I just, I grew up with it. So I was already, I'm going to be partial to that culture anyway. I was entrenched in it, grew up in it. And once I got a love for it and I felt it, I got really into it. And then I started, writing graffiti and rapping and DJing. It was all part of my life for such a long time. And it was like, I just always had a big passion for it. Because, even now, I went through my curmudgeon stage of everything should sound like 90s hip hop and all this shit. And there's still, what I've come to realize is there's still great artists that are out today that are underground that provide that sound and that lyrical content and that lyrical ability. But I've always just been a huge fan of that culture. You know what I mean? I always thought just everything from the way people carried themselves to the fashion and the music, the movies, the video game, everything about the 90s, never mind just hip hop. It always struck me. I even thought even back then like it was special, it was something. And people that are our age now, we look back on it and a lot of it's just memories and things like that, but I don't know. I like to think I carry that tradition nowadays, Like it's something that, even as I sell some of my collection off and something, like it's not like I lost love or I lost vision or like a passion for that. It's just something that I'm kind of maneuvering through in my life, as far as like moving on from things. But I guess I got a little off track there. And my passion started as a young kid. I mean, in 1992, I was 8 years old. So that's around the time where I started really getting into music and hearing music. By 10, I already had my first turntable and I was trying to fuck with shit and progress through there. But yeah, 90s hip hop. I mean, how could you not respect that? Even if you're a younger kid now, you still respect it. It may not be your favorite shit, but you feel it. You feel it. Anyway, are we getting out of here? I feel like we've been recording for a while, Doyle.
Yeah.
I feel like I ranted for a long time today. Yeah, whatever. Is there any wisdom you'd like to impart on the people before we get out of here? I give you the opportunity, beginning and end of every show.
I got more content?
So you don't got nothing. You never have anything for the people, bro. I mean, today you said I got to live a little. I understand that, but I'm going to attempt that.
Have fun in life.
Have fun in life. That's what you said. Yeah, so I guess the next podcast will have an update from what we did when we hung out with Raekwon in Tampa. We'll talk about that, and you'll probably see some crazy maybe story sales online in the next week or two if I don't, meet up with the people I want to meet up with here and sell some of the shit that I want to sell. So there might be some dope things up for grabs, so keep an eye out for that.
I got one. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Research done by very chunky great white shark swimming in the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China, Doyle?
No, I'm saying that's wisdom.
And what was it again? Read it again.
A very chunky great white shark swimming in the Atlantic.
And that's a wisdom.
Cape Cod.
That's wisdom. Yeah. What is wisdom about that?
Now, people might not know that.
Okay, all right. Listen, you know what? I got to fall back because I'm giving you the opportunity. If that's what you like to tell the people, I can't hate on it either way. Keep a lookout for some new content, new episodes coming soon. Until next time, peace.